Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Poppin' What's Cracking. It's D Boss reacts to this vid by Trend Feed. It's titled Latinos for Trump Lash Shot at Black People for Ignoring Their Mass Deportation Struggles. Okay, this video is like a month old, but I think this is very interesting that these particular people would look to black people to speak out for them. But yeah, let's hear what they have to say. Let's watch. ASMR deportation is crazy. Is this still taking place?
Latinos for Trump, it is time to embrace the consequences of your actions.
Where are you guys? Why are we alone? We support everything when it comes to you guys.
I want to encourage you, do not protest, do not go outside, and stand with none of these people who couldn't go into a voting booth and make a choice that we gave them centuries of evidence was important for them to make. Don't show up because they want to use our bodies, but they don't want to trust our intellect.
We are always there for you, and this is why we Latinos are just different.
Very different because 60% of black folks will never vote against their own community. Don't you see how one moment had you sitting here rubbing your hair talking about something we so different? No, you're not.
So today on here, I saw something that really bothered me. A Latino woman basically was asking why the black community isn't there for the Latino community like they were there for us.
This Latino is very upset. That's because he voted for Trump, thinking, as he says, that the Trump administration was going to be better for our economy. The problem is, he's a business owner. He owns a detail shop. 100% of his clientele are Latinos. Latinos are the ones affected by this administration, whom he voted for. Classic FAFO. Because he voted Trump thinking that Trump was going to save somehow with a magic wand the economy.
To the Hispanic community, the entire Hispanic community, specifically those that are making posts and doing videos asking why isn't the black community showing up? Why isn't the black community protesting with you? Why is the black community not supporting you? The black community supported you. The black community overwhelmingly went into the voting booth on November 5th to vote in our best interest and yours. Your fight is not with black people and the black community. Your fight is with these Hispanics.
Press conference in Doral Monday, Venezuelan Americans denounced the Trump administration and South Florida Republicans.
More than betrayal. Beyond betrayal. They used us. They actually, during the campaign, and I don't want to make this political, but during the campaign, the elected officials from the Republican Party, they actually told us that it was not going to touch the documented people.
Imagine talking about political issues, but you don't want to make it political.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another FAFO moment video. Today's episode is a bit of a head scratcher with a twist that's sure to keep you glued to your screen. We're talking about Latinos for Trump. Yes, you heard that right. These are the folks who were once out in full force at rallies, cheering and waving their flags, only to now look back and wonder, did we really sign up for this?
Girl, I'm leaving.
A few moments later.
Beyond betrayal. They used us. They actually, during the campaign, and I don't want to make this political, but during the campaign, the elected officials from the Republican Party, they actually told us that it was not going to touch the documented people.
In recent weeks, a massive wave of deportations has hit, shaking up a community that's not just part of America, it's one of its pillars. Think about it. Hard-working Latinos in fields, factories, and small businesses are the lifeblood of our labor force. Their sudden absence isn't just a political headline. It's hitting home at the grocery store, where food prices are creeping up faster than you can say last-minute shopping. The irony here isn't lost on anyone. Those who once championed a controversial leader are now left scratching their heads over the real-life fallout.
Well, did you see those voting numbers? We didn't put that piece of shit in office. You did. But you say you helped us during BLM and that's why we should help you? I don't remember that.
Helped us do what?
Because you see, what I remember is that it took a black man losing his life at a point where the world had no choice but to watch for you to recognize that we go through shit.
It's like watching a plot twist in your favorite drama series, except this is our everyday reality, affecting neighborhoods from coast to coast. So, stick with me as we dive into this unfolding drama with a mix of insights and a little humor. In the wild world of American politics, you never know when the next surprise is coming around the corner. Let's get into it and see where this story takes us.
They want to use our physical
Child, we already
appearance
saw this.
really ensure democracy
Oh,
is
that
not
was the
going to be
intro.
threatened. And they chose to give it the keys to someone, to a felon at the end of the day, and who couldn't afford to be president, and so he got bought by somebody who could buy him. And now they want us to come together, and they're looking for us. But guess what? We get out there, we're going to be on the front lines, and when we get taken out, they're not going to have nothing for us. So I'm just saying this to my black people.
I love her hair.
Do not
Like the blue.
react to what you're seeing. We protest in other ways with our money. Our ancestors protested with their bodies and blood. It's y'all turn.
Houseway. But that explains why they watched a man for years out on the campaign trail talk about mass deportations and how they were going to be
He wants
bloody.
to build a wall.
And they thought that he was going to do that to the other Hispanics, the other brown and black people, not to them. Imagine believing a lying ass liar. That's what they did. They believed a lying ass liar. But wait, there's more. There's this type of Hispanic.
You're a Mexican American. What do you think about Trump's border policy?
I love it. I love it. I'm 100% for it.
Do you know anybody that crossed the border without applying for green card?
Oh yes. Unfortunately, I have met family members. They did. Cousins, nephews, nieces.
Because those people might be deported if Donald Trump wins.
That's okay. That's okay.
How long have they been here for?
Years, like 20, some like 30 years.
And so you think members of your own family who've been here for 30 years should be deported?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, they can be deported, but they can also apply to come back again to the United States, but do it the right way.
How do you think they would feel about you saying that?
Well, they would be very angry. They are angry at me right now. They don't talk to me because I support Trump.
We will begin the largest deportation operation in the history of our
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there's. Families can be deported together.
It's okay.
Your fight is with your own people, not with black people. We went into the voting booth where it really counted, with you in mind. Your people went into the voting booth and voted for Trump.
When you peel back the layers, you'll find that Latino voters aren't a single uniform block. They're as diverse as a bag of assorted jelly beans. Some segments of the community, like Cuban Americans and Venezuelan exiles, have a long history of fleeing regimes they viewed as overly socialist or oppressive. For these voters, Trump's hardline stance against what he portrayed as left-wing extremism resonated deeply. His pro-business policies, tax cuts, and deregulation promised a kind of economic self-reliance that many found appealing, particularly if they'd seen government intervention back home turn sour. Then there's the practical side of things. Some Latino voters were attracted to Trump's focus on law and order, a message that, despite its controversies, struck a chord among those who prioritize stability and personal security. In parts of the community where traditional values and religious beliefs are strong, his stances on issues like abortion and family structure dovetailed nicely with their own convictions.
The other reason Latinos voted for Trump that we're not talking about is because they wanted to punish women. They wanted to punish liberated women. They come to this country and a lot of them are extremely resentful of the fact that they have to answer to women. And this is something that we don't really talk about, right? But it's something I've experienced a lot, especially from like South American men. I know that a lot of Americans still don't want to believe that Latinos are white, but I want you to ask yourself two questions. Who colonized Latin America and where did those colonizers go? Okay, so they might not be what you consider to be white as in white American, but they are a flavor of white, all right? The same way that Europeans don't view Americans the same as them, The same way that there are different factions even within America when it comes to like Italians and Irish people and Jewish people and just, you know, WASPs and stuff like that, they are white, and you have to kind of let that get into your head, okay? So they come to this countries that are extremely male-centered, patriarchal countries where women are not in any way, shape, or form empowered the way that they are here. And they have to answer to women. And not only that, they have to answer to black women. And they hate that shit. They hate that shit, okay? So they wanted to humble you. That's what they did. While you're fighting for their rights, while you're fighting for them to get in here, they're fucking humbling you. The women too. Because a lot of Latina women, and if you know Latina women, you're gonna know what I'm talking about, especially the most conservative ones. They're doing their dirt, they're doing all this stuff, but they hide it from their families, they keep it quiet. They take advantage of all the freedom they have here, and then they go back and pretend that they're, you know, la niña buena, the little good girl. But at the end of the day, they're resentful of the fact that they can't be as free as a lot of women who openly go against the social norms of the patriarchy.
It's also worth noting that for some, voting for Trump was less about embracing all his policies and more about casting a vote against a perceived political status quo. They saw his rhetoric as a rallying cry against big government and excessive regulation, issues that, on a very personal level, felt like battles they'd been fighting for years. At the end of the day, these choices underscore one undeniable truth. American politics is messy and wonderfully complex. The reasons behind why some Latino voters backed Trump remind us that political allegiance is often a mosaic of personal history, cultural identity, and pragmatic judgment. It's a vivid demonstration that in the grand theater of democracy, every vote is a story in itself, full of nuance, contradictions, and yes, even a few surprises that keep the narrative as unpredictable as ever.
The same people that voted against you are now quiet, standing next to you, marching, talking about something, we're family. Black people know a scam when we see it. And we know the same people that voted against you, they're still in that crowd. And Latinos are finding time to make videos saying, black people, what's going on? Other people, what's going on? And they're not addressing that more than 60% of their community voted against them and closed the door on their own people. And now that white folks turned on them, they're acting like they had no clue. That is terrifying to have in your community. Before you enlist any help, one thing. Primero, busca los lambones en su comunidad. You need to look for the lambonos in your community first. Because I don't know who they are, but you got a bunch of traitors marching next to you. So you need to start to question people. Because as vocal as they were on turning on everybody else, they need to be vocal right now. And I want to see more videos about that.
When you really stop to think about it, the story of Latino voters in America today is about so much more than just numbers on a poll. It's about real people navigating real challenges, economic struggles, regional differences, and the pull of cultural traditions, all of which are quietly but powerfully reshaping the political landscape. This isn't a black and white story of us versus them. It's messy, complicated, and deeply human. It's about how people's lives, hopes, and frustrations are colliding with politics in ways that don't fit neatly into boxes.
Facts on facts. Wow, very interesting. I did not know that there were Latinos who were upset with black people, like, why y'all ain't speaking out and supporting us? We were there for y'all. Why y'all ain't there for us? Like, that's crazy to say. But yeah, very interesting how things have unfolded. I'm just chilling, you know, sitting back, minding my business. Whoever wants to get involved, that's on you though. But y'all let me know what y'all think, and yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.